Hey guys, Jetto here, and this is a playoff edition of Season 9 Spring Split, The Feed. Here we go, boys. Let's talk about these playoff matchups. Let's get right into it. And the first matchup we're going to talk about is actually Team Solo Mid and Echo Fox. I gotta say this, guys. Echo Fox, and I think you did too, probably had him either ninth or 10th or out of the playoffs. So them getting in the playoffs, beating CLG, coming back after a really disastrous kind of middle of the season run. Super impressive for them to really come back there. Credit to Kane and the coaching staff. Credit to their players and Rush for coming back after being, I guess, benched and just stepping up and really just playing more, I guess, slowing down or control. I don't know what you guys want to call it, but not being as kind of aggro as he was earlier in the split and just kind of like letting the game come to him. That's how I would say it. So TSM and Echo Fox, who's going to win this game? Best of 5 series. I don't even have to know who's on blue or red side. And I have TSM winning in 3 games. And I know some of you might be saying, well, yeah, TSM's going to win, but it should be 4 games, not 3. Bullshit. I have TSM winning 3 games, and here's why. TSM right now, both of these teams, the reason why it's kind of interesting is because we have 2 teams playing at a pretty high level. In fact, to end the split, I would say if it's who are the 2 hottest teams coming in, you would have to say it's Team Solo and Echo Fox without question. However, Team Solo Mid. And I'm going to say this before I go on to that again. I hate to cut this off and make it awkward with the pacing of this video, but before I say what I have to say about TSM, I will say this. I have underrated Echo Fox all year long. All split long, all season long. I've underrated these guys. I don't think Solo's that good, even though the last 2 weeks he's been playing at a high level. I don't think Phoenix as a laner is a very good laner, but after that I think he's dog shit when it comes to team fighting, when it comes to map awareness. I think he gets caught out super easily. And I think upon Hawkwell or Saw, I'm not going to say anything about that. I think Rush is bad. So they've absolutely exceeded my expectations tenfold. All right, tenfold. However, I have TSM winning 3 just because they're just better across the lane. I mean, their bot lane's better, their mid lane's better, their jungler, Acadian, to me, when I said earlier, I said Acadian is their weak spot right now. Smooth was playing bad, but I said he's a guy who has no idea how the fuck to play mid to late game. He has no idea how to position. He has no idea how to play in team fights. The last 3 weeks, I'm not saying he's the best team fighter jungler, top 2, top 3, but he's average. He's holding his own. He's doing a really good job. He's confident. And actually, overall, he's probably a top 4 jungler ending the split. So that's a very good job for Zix, TSM coaching staff, and Akade himself for wanting to learn, for being coachable, and becoming better. But TSM just outclassed him in every way. I think when it comes to champ select, TSM is the better team. I think one thing that Echo Fox has over TSM is pretty much that it's not even like a strength of theirs. It's just that coming in, they're hot, and they're the underdogs. And so they can maybe take a game, maybe 2, if they're super lucky. But I think TSM is a better team than Echo Fox. And I'm not sure what else to say about this matchup, guys. I really don't know what else to say about this matchup. I think Bjergsen's playing at a high level. I think Smoothie and Acadian, both who were TSM's weakness, have shored up their weaknesses where they're not dying early, they're not doing stupid shit early on for Smoothie. And Acadian, his fault wasn't early game. It was late game, just getting caught out and just doing stupid shit, not being in position, going in when he shouldn't have, and he's cleaned that up. I think TSM is right for a taken here. And yeah, you could say TSM in 4, but I'm thinking TSM in 3. Maybe 2 of those games or one of those games will be super close, but I'm not going to bet my horse. I'm not going to bet my gold, my shillings on Echo Fox to win this series or even win a game. I think it's a hell of a run Echo Fox has had with a low fucking budget, super low budget, with the players they have. This is a great step up for Echo Fox. They will have to think about some things to do in the summer, what they want to do for upgrades and things like that, but I think it's been a great result for Echo Fox. I think TSM is surging. I think TSM is actually probably the second best team heading to playoffs, maybe the best team. I'm not a big TSM fan, but I have seen the last couple weeks they've just really surging. They're powering up, and we see that here. Talk about in-the-game depth. I can't really give you a lot of great in-depth analysis of this game. Again, it's probably because I shit on Echo Fox a lot, but I just don't see anything from Echo Fox that tells me, holy shit, TSM has a chance. Because even though Soul's playing a high level, Broken Blade is, a better player. He's a better player. And even though TSM has better lanes, I just feel like they play the game better with mid to late game. You could say, well, TSM late game, they're still kind of iffy. But, like, there's nothing about Phoenix and Rush late game that fucking tells me, holy shit, TSM's in trouble. Fuck out of here if you think that. There's nothing about Echo Fox's late game that really scares me. All right, so we have Echo Fox moving on. The next matchup, Fly and GGS. This is going to be a 5-game series. I'm going to come out and say it. 5-game series. I'm going to edge out on FlyQuest, and I'm probably wrong, but here's what I'm going to edge out on FlyQuest. I value consistency over volatility, especially in the playoffs. There's no way FlyQuest wins more than 2 series in the playoffs. Absolutely fucking none. No fucking shot in motherfucking hell do they win more than 2 series. But I'm going to value consistency over volatility. And I think GGS, even though they've been a lot more consistent, especially in the last couple weeks, I think FlyQuest has the consistency to outbeat GGS. And I just feel as a team, I have a little bit more trust in FlyQuest than GGS. And even though I think Wildcard is actually not, because everyone's saying Wildcard's been a top 30 seed, top 40 seed, I don't think Wildcard's that great, but I'm actually trusting Wild Turtle more over Deathly to win that game. If it's a 2-2 game, I'll have the risk taker in Wild Turtle. And I did some value consistency, but overall, I'll take that Wild. He's a playmaker. He could be a playmaker from the ADC position. He can pop off and win a game. FlyQuest as a whole are pretty constrained, are pretty solid. That's why I think they're consistent. But I do think Wild Turtle is that guy who can win a game. So can Froggen, of course, coming for probably win 2 or 3 games. But I have FlyQuest winning in 5, game 5. And let's break it down. First positions and in the game, what we could talk about. So position-wise, Viper and Hanser, I would actually call it even. I think Hanser, if he's on Vladimir, OP champ, he's going to do okay. Hanser is playing okay. I think Viper's playing okay as well. Overall, the experience thing, probably go to Hanser, but I'm not really thinking about experience in the first round of the playoffs. I don't really think that that matters too much when it comes to a game like this, actually. And I can talk more about that later, but I think it's even for the mid lane. In the jungle, Maxi played really well. Santorin was kind of slumping a little bit. I will give the edge to Santorin. Maxi, I think Contract is really good. I think Contract has won GGS actually 2 games this split. So good for him. But I would give the edge to jungle. And that could be a toss-up as well, guys. Mid lane, I'll go Froggen. I think Pobelter's okay. I think Froggen could absolutely run him over if they let Froggen have counter picks, give Froggen priority. I think Froggen absolutely destroy Pobelter. I'm not a big Pobelter fan, but I do think that potentially that could be a railroad segment. And bot lane, even though JJ is complete, like, JJ's bad, but always looked even worse in some games. I'm giving the bot lane to FlyQuest, for sure. I am definitely giving the bot lane to FlyQuest, 100%. It's not as big of a steam over as mid lane, where Froggen has an edge over Pobelter, but I do think that bot lane is better, and here's why. I also feel that even though JJ's champ was very limited, I just feel that bot lane is be a lot more flexible. I think Deathly and Ole aren't in sync yet. They're not where they should be this late in the split. And because they'll have synergistic issues, I think definitely Should could play a lot of champs, but I think Wild Should could play a bunch of champs, a breadth of champions at a consistent level. And because of that, I definitely do favor FlyQuest's bot lane for sure. I think Wild Turd's a guy who I said open up this series. I said how I think he's kind of overrated now because everyone's been like, on their knees from like, oh, Wild Turtle this, Wild Turtle that. But he's better than Deathly. I mean, Deathly's been pretty much dog shit. We're talking about dog shit ADCs. Probably easily the worst ADC in the playoffs. And when you have a big ADC, when you have an ADC script like that, it's like, okay, well, they can play through top or mid. But Haunter's not a guy, unless he's playing like a brain-dead OP champ, it's not like Haunter's going to fucking fist you and steamroll you and dick you over that easily. I just don't see. I think Viper is a little bit inexperienced, but again, we're not talking about experience. I don't care about that. I think Viper can play his champion pool and lose gracefully. I think he can do that, and I think he will do that if it happens to be that way. I think Viper can also dad dick Hanser and reverse the script as well. And their champion pools, I think Hanser probably plays tanks a bit better. Viper probably plays those aggro champions a little bit better, a little bit more smoother. But I don't think Hanser's going to get Vladimir or really like any drop-dead OP champions. And I think overall FlyQuest, when it comes to just personnel, I think even though personnel-wise you could say, hey, GGS is better than FlyQuest. Maybe you can make a case FlyQuest better than GGS. It doesn't really. I think it's 55, 45, 60, 40 at the most, where one team has an advantage over there. In terms of playstyle and how they want to play, this is why I'm taking Fly. I just think FlyQuest has an identity. It might not be the greatest identity, might be easy to beat, but I think FlyQuest has that identity where they can draft the comps to what they want to do and play the mid game, play the team fight, group up, and have those team fight comps. Because I think they are more in sync than GGS, and that's not a debate, guys. That's not a debate. Can GGS out split push? Maybe. But Hunter's not that guy where, maybe if it was Hunter a couple years ago when he was feeling really, really good and actually, top lane was dog shit as well during that time, but maybe if it was a different Hunter, maybe you could say, hey, listen, they can play that 1-3-1 really well, that 4-1 super well, Frog and Ken split. I just think FlyQuest with that team fighting style, I just think when it comes to playoffs, I just think it's super, super tough to play a split push focus matchup style if you're a team like GGS who they've run out a little bit, but it's not like they have the best communication. They're the best in sync. They do fuck up sometimes. They're not on the same page. Maybe if this is like 4 months from now, their communication, the way they play each other, they'll probably be as one. They'll be together. Maybe when that happens, when they have more experience with each other, maybe that will be definitely a thing they can work on. But I just think in a playoff situation, you're going to see team fighting. The best team fighting team usually wins, unless you're a team that, like CLG from a couple years ago, that just communicates really well, is really, really on top of it, knows what they want to do. All 5 guys on the same page. GGS aren't. FlyQuest usually are, and that's why I'm giving the play style to FlyQuest. What can GGS do to beat FlyQuest? They can really attack the mid lane and put Centauran out of it. When Centauran doesn't play well, I notice FlyQuest does not play well. When you don't group up with FlyQuest and FlyQuest isn't dictating the tempo, isn't playing their kind of grinding, let's play for a team fight group mid, let's go as 5 play style, they struggle. So it's really a tempo thing for me. But GGS isn't a team I talked about before. They're not a team that's just on the same page where they can control the tempo. They can do what they want tempo-wise. So because of that, again, I'm going with FlyQuest. I think it's a 5-game series. I think Froggen's going to have to win a game or 2 at least. I think a lot of those games could be 60-40 games, 55-45 games. These are going to be super, super good, super, super fun. It'll be Saturday, of course. I think these games will be really, really fun. This is a playoff matchup that I think is going to be way more fun to watch than the TSM Fox, unless Fox can somehow play out of their fucking brain-dead minds, which don't see it happening. But yeah, guys, I have FlyQuest over GGS in 5. But this could go, I think it's 55-45. I really do. I think FlyQuest have shown they're probably more consistent. They can play as a 5. They can play as a teamwork. It'll be fun to see in both these playoffs the meta. There's always playoff metas where a team rises above. What are some picks we can see? I think Vladimir is... No, I don't think Vladimir is nerfed. I think Vladimir is a big pick in pro play. I think when GGS has done well, the Vladimir pick on Hans has been really, really good for them. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, I think it's crazy because GGS can force. Well, I don't know if they can force their. By the way, GGS earlier in the year, they know how to play the game. They were unsure. They wanted to focus in. Good job. I used to shit on Anero a lot. I still do. But Anero's done a good job in the back half of the split, really getting this team focused. I'm sure they're not doing everything that he wants them to do. But I'm pretty sure that he's at least pleased with, hey, at least we're forming some type of identity. We kind of know what we want to do. We kind of know how we want to play. So that really helps out a lot. So kudos to him and that coaching staff and the players for buying in and really being there. But I have FlyQuest winning in 5. I think it's a close one. But I do think that FlyQuest has what it takes. And because they'll control the flow of the game in-game for those 3 wins. GGS can control the flow in comp select, though, champ select. In Champ Select, GGS can control because of Froggen. Froggen can play anything. He could play maybe a mid laner that's kind of like not just there, but they might win either a game, maybe 2 games, go 2-0, which I think, as case, any team that goes 2-0 is going to win in this matchup, and even the TSM Fox matchup. Actually, TSM Fox would go up 2-0, and I still would pick TSM. Any team that goes 2-0 in this matchup, but like that could be the case where Froggen controls the Champ Select, and because of that, now it's like, okay, we have to ban him, ban that, and Froggen comes in with another pick that kind of just steamrolls over FlyQuest. So GGS does have a chance to get a trick up their sleeve in Champs. But I have FlyQuest and 5 guys. So yeah, that's my playoff. My quick playoff overview, guys. Really quick, really short. I'll try to get more in depth next when we get to the Big Dick semifinals, guys. But that's it, guys. So let me know your comments down below, guys. Check me out on stream, guys, and enjoy these games, guys. I know we have some March Madness games going on this weekend, which I will for sure be watching. It'll be good games. But of course, we have some good LCS, and I'm gonna say good LCS play-ins, some good quarterfinal matches this weekend. So enjoy, guys. Be safe, and you guys can do whatever the fuck you guys want to do. Just be confident, be sharp, keep your heads up. Thanks, guys, for watching. Peace out, guys. I'll see you next time.